Do you know that there are lots of peacefully married men who are enjoying their married wives and children without knowing they have a child hidden somewhere else without their knowledge? They're not even aware. No faintest idea. They don't know they have a child somewhere. Do you know that as a result of probably just a one-time chop, a one-time tango with a girl, that strange girl, probably that place you traveled to, that state you went to do one or two things, or maybe you went to stay there for a little while, that tango with that girl sometimes later on do produce pregnancy. Probably the time you must have left the place. You may not know that. You may be unaware as a man, you may have a child somewhere hidden from you. Yes, it happens. That is what I'm going to talk about in this video titled, Why You May Have an Unknown Child Somewhere. Just watch this video to the end. You'll be glad you did. Okay. Anyway, Ogu Emmanuel is my name. This is a place where people come to get inspired. I talk about relationships, family, lifestyles, and sex. Okay? If you are new here, you are highly welcomed. And a special thanks to all my esteemed viewers. Please share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So let's continue. Maybe before you're married, you must have gone through some series of friendships with, with a lot of people, probably with a lot of opposite sex, or especially with a former girlfriend of yours. Okay, during those days now, during those days, before you decided to settle down with a particular woman, okay, your escapades. So then, since you have had a sexual, a kind of a sexual encounter with some of those girls, then somewhere, somehow, don't you think that there is this possibility that at one time or the other, you may have unknowingly, knowingly or unknowingly, mostly dropped a seed, your sperm, that semen that finally got that girl pregnant? You may not know this. And probably you are even not aware it was your pregnancy. So when it happens like this, sometimes if the said lady, is maybe careless, some ladies can be careless. They don't even know how to calculate their time. I mean their biological period. Many of them don't even know. She may not even know. She may not even know. So her not knowing, probably, maybe because you impregnated her, probably you left. Not quite long. You didn't stay long there. She may not even know that it was pregnancy, or probably that it was you, that it was your pregnancy that she was carrying. Okay, sometimes she may know, sometimes she may decide to keep it secret to herself. Probably she doesn't know how to locate you. She doesn't know how to find you again. Okay, so just for the fact or fear of not maybe conceiving again in the future, she may be scared. I don't know if I do away with this child, if I trace the father to send this back to the child, to the father, she might end up losing without a child of her own. So it's better for her to hide the identity of this child from the father. it's better for her not to go look for the father. Okay, so she might choose to be a single parent. Okay, or transfer transfer it to a more kind of a more ready, matured, probably rich, interested guy for marriage. Maybe one guy has cornered her, dangling marriage proposal. The guy might shift the pregnancy to the young man. I once came across an unverified Nigerian statistics, which says that many young and pretty ladies who got married, wedded, went into their new matrimonial home with the last semen, the last sperm that the boyfriend injected into them before they went to their new husband's matrimonial home. Sometimes the ladies don't even know that they are carrying such a thing. And you see now a young man who just got married. The man will not want to wait for a day or two before he will start enjoying the wife. Probably before a month, the woman might start spitting, and the man will be happy that he's an odogu, that he has loaded the wife, has impregnated the wife. But he wouldn't know that it was not his own sperm that caused that pregnancy. He wouldn't know that it was the wife's boyfriend sperm that did that, because the time the wife wanted to go to her husband's place, they normally invite their last boyfriend, to come and chop the last one, to come and chop one for the road, the final one. So when those guys comes around, they will use the woman anyhow. They don't care, because this is the final chop. So all these young married women, many of them did it. They will call the guy to come and chop last one. So many of them normally go to their husband's place with these last ones dropping. Let's tell ourselves some whole truth. That's why they say that most first born babies in Nigeria, most of them are not even impregnated by their fathers. Yes, but I don't know how true that was, So these days, a lot of things are happening with the speed of light. Okay. You see, a young man who happens to travel somewhere, happens to have some one or two friends here and there, and as a student, probably a mere traveler might have at one time or the other planted his crude oil on a lady carelessly. You know what I mean by that? Okay, which might come out to haunt him tomorrow. That planting of the crude oil, that he thought that it was just ordinary fun, he may not know that the thing will come back to haunt him tomorrow. That it might bring him a new baby that he did not bargain for or that he was not prepared for. So there was a day, not a day, there was a year this kind of thing happened. Yes. Could you imagine this scenario where a young man named John, who has made a good money after completing his youth service and went into business, he dreamt of having a peaceful and wonderful family, just like other young men do. Okay. So this very man, John, got married to a woman of his dream, Abigail. They had a society wedding, and by God's grace, they were blessed with the exact number of children they desired. Okay. So, having settled down, they started enjoying the thrills and the joys of their wonderful family. Then all of a sudden, somewhere along the line, As they were one day relaxing in the comfort of their beautiful country home, there was a knock on their door. And when it was opened, behold, somehow a kind of weather-beaten middle-aged woman named Jane, who came inside the house, with a young boy of 9 that looks exactly like Abigail's husband. The same face, perfect job. So the man could barely remember where he met this lady. But immediately, from his brain, the thing clicked. He remembered. It was a long story. It was some years back when he went for for a 12 months compulsory national youth service corps in her state, Gombe. So this lady helped him then to find an apartment in her community. Okay. So from there, one thing led to another. Some serious, let me say that something serious took that lady out of the state. But before she left, they had a goodbye tango, they made love to each other, which happened during towards the end of this guy's youth service assignment in that state. So when this lady who had relocated found out that she was pregnant, before she could put herself together, come back, behold, John has finished his own NYSC service and had gone back to his state to start a life of his own. So this lady, Jane, who was unaware of where to find John, decided to raise his child without knowing his father's whereabouts and his identity, because she doesn't know how to track the man. She doesn't know where he is from. Okay, so after some few years, like 8 years or thereabout, so this little boy started asking questions. Little children now, everybody will want to know who their father is. And so the boy started asking questions, started disturbing the mother about his father. So one day, Jane was fortunate. She found John on Facebook, traced him with his number. Okay, so on this fateful day, she came, knocked on John's door with a 9-year-old boy that looks too identical, just exactly like John, even more identical than the children Abigail, his wife, bore for him in their marriage. So even John's wife was unable to understand what was going on. What is going on? Because John did not inform her about this boy. John was surprised too. He did not even know he had a child hidden somewhere. But the wife could not believe John. The wife thought that John deliberately dodged or hid this particular piece of information from her. So John's wife couldn't accept that. So for example here, if this can happen to an honest man like John, who is enjoying his peaceful marriage with his good family, it may also happen to any man that thought that he has already settled with his own peaceful family. So you might have, at one time or the other, gotten someone pregnant somewhere without knowing it. The lady might even decide to hide it from you. I mean, the lady you impregnated might even decide to hide it from you. So what I'm saying, or the lesson that I'm trying to draw out from this video, is that don't shout Uhuru yet. Don't claim that your only children are those ones that your wife gave birth to. Something of this nature might happen to you one day. It's possible. I'm not saying that it's a must. It's possible. So there are some people who was not expecting this kind of thing, but it happened to them. There are instances where things like this has happened in the past. Anyway, let me cut this video short. Thank you so much for watching this video. I did not take your presence on this channel for granted. Please subscribe to my channel, click like, ring the notification bell, and do not forget to share. Share this video to all. Share this video to your friends, your relatives, even your enemies. Who knows, you might change situations with this video. Let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topic. I promise you another beautiful video next time. Bye-bye. Bye.